The distress beacon pierced through the void like a dying scream. Commander Arya Chen had seen her share of emergencies in 12 years of deep space salvage operations, but something about this one made her grip the controls tighter. The coordinates led to a derelict colony transport drifting near the Kepler belt. Abandoned, they said. No survivors expected. They were wrong. Arya found them huddled in the cargo bay, buried beneath thermal blankets and empty ration containers. 7 Threxian cubs, their crystalline fur matted and dull, their 6 eyes wide with terror and starvation. The eldest, barely past his naming ceremony, chittered weakly when her helmet light found them. "Easy now," Arya whispered, though her translator would render it into their clicking language. "I'm getting you out." The cub, Rock, he would later tell her his name was Rock, stared at the strange bipedal creature before him. His elders had spoken of humans in hushed tones. The newcomers to the galactic community. The soft ones, the weak ones who had no claws, no natural armor, no venom sacs. The species that somehow survived on a death world through nothing but stubborn audacity. Arya worked quickly, checking each cub for injuries. Malnutrition, dehydration, but alive. The colony transport had suffered a catastrophic engine failure 3 weeks prior. The adult Threxians had loaded their young into the cargo bay with all remaining supplies before evacuating to the damaged sections, trying to repair what couldn't be repaired. They died buying their children time. "We're going back to my ship," Arya explained, her voice steady despite the weight in her chest. "It's not far. Stay close." She led them through the twisted corridors, her magnetic boots clanking against the hull. The cubs followed, their small claws scratching nervously at the metal floor. Rack stayed at the rear, watching the human who carried only a toolkit and wore no weapons. His mother had carried 3 blade arms and a plasma disruptor. This creature carried wrenches. The sound came from the shadows, a wet, rattling hiss that froze Arya's blood. "Behind me. Now." Her voice cracked like a whip. The cubs scattered backward as something emerged from a collapsed maintenance shaft. A void serpent. 3 meters of segmented nightmare, its body designed for the vacuum. Its dozens of legs ending in hooks that could tear through hull plating. Its triangular head split open to reveal concentric rings of crystalline teeth. These things weren't supposed to be this far into civilized space. They were deep void predators, ambush hunters that lived in the darkness between stars. But here it was, and it was starving. Arya's hand moved to her belt, finding nothing. She'd left her plasma cutter on the ship, a stupid rookie mistake. Her toolkit felt pathetically light. The serpent's sensor nodes locked onto the cubs, recognizing easy prey. Rack chittered in pure terror, the sound his ancestors made when predators stalked the ancient forests of Threxia Prime. The beast lunged. Arya moved faster. Her hand ripped the torquey wrench from her belt, 40 centimeters of titanium. Alloy, designed to handle 300 Newton meters of force. Not designed as a weapon, but humans had been making weapons from tools since they first picked up rocks in African caves. The serpent's maw gaped wide, close enough that Arya could smell the ammonia stink of its breath. She sidestepped with the practiced efficiency of someone who'd grown up in 1.3G gravity, her muscles dense and powerful in ways the galaxy's lighter world species couldn't match. The wrench came up in a brutal arc. The impact rang through the corridor like a bell. The wrench connected with the serpent's skull plate, and physics did what physics always does. Force equals mass times acceleration. The human's dense musculature provided the mass. Her terror-fueled adrenaline provided the acceleration. The serpent's head snapped sideways with a sickening crack, but it wasn't dead. The creature recovered, hissing rage, its hooked legs scraping for purchase as it coiled for another strike. Arya didn't give it the chance. She stepped forward, toward the predator, not away from it, and brought the wrench down again. And again. Each strike precise, targeting the joints where its segments connected, the weak points in its chitinous armor. Rock watched in awe. The human wasn't faster than the serpent, wasn't stronger pound for pound, but she was relentless. Each movement economical, each strike calculated. No wasted motion, no hesitation. The galaxy's other species fought with natural weapons honed by evolution. Humans fought with intent. The 4th strike shattered the serpent's primary nerve cluster. It spasmed once, twice, then went still. Arya stood over it, chest heaving, the wrench still gripped in both hands. Green ichor dripped from the tool's head. She held the stance for 3 full seconds, making sure it was truly dead. Only then did she turn to the cubs. "Everyone okay?" Her voice was steady again, professional, as if she hadn't just beaten an apex predator to death with a maintenance tool. The cubs chittered affirmatively, pressing against each other. But Rock stepped forward, his crystalline fur beginning to glow with the colors of respect and wonder. In that moment, he understood why humans had carved out a place in the galaxy. Not through superior technology, they'd stolen most of that from other species. Not through natural advantages, they had none, but through sheer bloody-minded refusal to die. Arya led them the rest of the way to her ship. When they were safely aboard, medical drones tending to the younger cubs, Rock approached her. She was cleaning the wrench methodically, wiping away each spot of serpent blood. "Commander Arya," he clicked, his translator rendering it in human standard. "My people say humans are weak." Arya glanced at him, one eyebrow raised. "We are, compared to most of you anyway. Then why do humans survive?" She was quiet for a moment, looking at the wrench in her hands. Then she smiled. Not the predator's grin that many species found unsettling, but something gentler, sadder. "Because we don't have claws, Rock. We don't have armor or venom or natural weapons. We only have this." She tapped her temple. "And this." She placed her hand over her heart. "And the absolute, stubborn conviction that the universe doesn't get to decide when we die." "We do." She stood, returning the wrench to her toolkit. "Besides, anything can be a weapon if you're creative enough. Your people invented plasma disruptors. My people invented tools. Sometimes the line between them is thinner than you think." Rock would remember those words for the rest of his long life. He would rise to become a fleet commander himself, would forge alliances between Threxia and Earth, would tell the story of Commander Arya Chen to 3 generations of cubs. The human who had no weapons. The human who protected them anyway. The human who proved that sometimes the most dangerous creature in the galaxy is the one desperate enough, smart enough, and stubborn enough to turn anything into salvation. In the cargo bay of Arya's ship, as they made the jump to the nearest station, Rock watched the human work. She moved among the cubs with gentle efficiency, offering water and warmth and soft words. The wrench sat in her toolkit, cleaned and ready. Just a tool again, but Rock knew better now. In human hands, everything was a weapon, everything was hope.